Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We got a kind of a cool week this week. We got our chicks being hatched. Kind of a crazy week. We've never done this before, so we're really looking forward to seeing how it all goes, and we can't wait to show you guys how they get hatched and how well they do with our 22 eggs. So stay tuned. Hi, we're the Laceys. We decided to move out here to Southern California to be with our family and start our own small farm about a year ago. We had no idea about what we're getting ourselves into or had any experience, but we tried anyways. So join us on our journey as we build our dream small farm. Good afternoon, guys. Today we should start seeing some pipping on some chicken shells, that is. Yeah, they all should be hatched. They're gonna hatch within about another day. And then we'll keep them in the incubator for a day just to make sure they can get dried off and stay nice and warm. And then we're gonna move them to our brooder. So one of the first things we gotta do here is get our brooder ready. We've already kind of got to start on that, and I'll just go ahead and show you. So this is our brooder here. We have used this for a couple of chicks and then our ducks and our gosling Clarence when they were born, or when we got them after they were born rather. It's actually pretty simple. It's a balsa wood box with 2x4 frame, and we coated the inside with some like Flex Seal type paint, so it's waterproof theoretically. And yeah, we covered the bottom with some cedar shavings. There's a roosting area for when they get slightly bigger. But the other two big things we'll need is water and food. So for water, we have these little cup waters. This will work nicely to get them trained up on how to use watering containers for the ones we have out in our yard. So what we'll do is, can't do it one-handed, that gets hung there so it's just slightly above the shavings. The other thing they're gonna need is food. So as you can tell, there's a theme here. We like using that PVC pipe just because it's cheap, easy, we make it work. So in this case, we just fill food on either side and have two little holes for them to eat out of. Pretty simple. We're gonna remove it, fix it if we need to. So that is pretty much it. The only other thing that we need to talk about is heat. So like I mentioned, we will keep our chicks inside of the incubator for about a day. And that's because right after they're hatched, they're still really wet and they can get cold really easily. If they get cold, they will die. So it's very important to keep them nice and warm as well as humid while they're drying off. So after we do get them out of the incubator and into this brooder, heat is super important. So we use two methods. First of all, pretty standard, we have a heat lamp. This actually is hung from our ceiling and uses a series of very basic pulleys to basically sit right above the brooder via the ceiling. And so that way it provides good heat to the entire box. The other thing that we use is a heat plate. These things are awesome. We use these for our ducklings and Clarence when we got him. And basically it sits on the ground right like this. It's about a good height for chicks. That way all this does is it basically they can hide underneath it, and then it also provides them a little bit of heat underneath it so they can stay nice and warm. So yeah, this thing is perfect. It's really useful and it keeps them nice and warm, so we're gonna put that in there too. All right, so now that the brooder is nice and ready to go, one thing we need to do here real quick is we're gonna try and do this fast and move quickly, but the eggs have been stopped turning since day 17 and a half to about 18 or so, but they're still sitting in the turner. I'm honestly not sure, but I have a feeling that if we leave them in the turner, they're gonna have issues walking around once they hatch, and you don't wanna open up the incubator after they start hatching. So I'm gonna take the top off here and then take the turner out and very carefully put the eggs in. And then I'm gonna kind of like prop the eggs up on one side with just some towels and stuff. So that way they stay upright and they can kind of get over the eggs and to the other side where it'll just be like a grating. So we'll see. Now that our eggs are in position, they're not gonna roll. We got the top back on, and as you can see, they're nice and snug in between all of those towels and everything. So that way, when they start pipping at their shells and then they start opening the shell, yeah, they'll have to stumble across the other chicken shells and chicken eggs and stuff, but they'll be able to do that. And whereas with the Turner, you can kind of see like they'd get, I'm afraid they'd get stuck in these little railing issues. So, oh man, I am so excited for these chicks. So I am so excited to see how many we get. We have 22 eggs. So I don't know. It's our first time doing it. I think we've done a pretty good job at keeping temperature and humidity right. So I guess 10 or 11 chicks. I don't know, we'll see. I'll be gone all day tomorrow, and so by the time I get home, I'm hoping we'll see some pipping and maybe even some baby chicks. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll bring you back in case I see any action. Oh my Lanta, everybody! So I just got home from work and came out here to the garage, and I heard some noise, and came out here to the incubator, and we have 3 chicks so far. That was a nice surprise coming home from work. So let me show you guys. And yeah, hopefully, I was hoping to catch them before they hatched, but yeah, they kind of hatched while I was gone today. So I'm gonna set up the video camera tonight, hopefully catch more of them coming out of their shells tonight. Oh, I can't tell you how excited I am about this. Oh man, I've always wanted to do this for so long, and so I'm actually happy that it's working. Like, it's just incredible how they hatch. So basically though, with new chicks, once they start hatching, you don't open the incubator no matter what. You want to keep it closed because you want to keep it humid and warm in there, and you want to keep them in the incubator for 24 hours. So that way they can get all dried off because they're pretty wet from being inside the egg and coming out. So after they're dried off, then they can go into the brooder, which I'll start warming up tonight so that it's nice and toasty for them tomorrow. Guys, one is about to hatch. I just came out here a few minutes ago. Oh, it's about to come out. Check it out. Guys, this is so cool. So, anywho, that last one got out and is doing good, so I'm gonna head to sleep, and hopefully when I get up in the morning we have a bunch more baby chicks. But we'll check back in with you in a few hours in the morning, and I'll let you know the total count. But now we're at 4. So welcome back. It's now the afternoon on Tuesday, and we have a total of 5 chicks in our incubator. So only one of them came out today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the 5 out, and we're gonna put them in our brooder, make sure they know where the food is, make sure they know where the water is, and then put them under the heat plates so they stay nice and warm tonight. And then we'll see if we can get the rest or some of the rest to hatch tonight. So we're gonna do this quick so we don't let too much heat or humidity out. But yeah. Whoa. So as exciting as that is to have baby chicks out, we also might have another issue here at the farm. So I got a call or a text from my wife later this afternoon. Said one of our hens, our last Rhode Island Red actually, was limping. She wasn't walking a whole lot, and then when she looked at her feet, she saw huge like bulb type structures, like inflammation, and looked it up, and it's probably what's called bumblefoot, which means we'll have to do some surgery tonight. But let's see if we can see her first. So that's the one. Come here, honey. See how bad it is. Oh, honey. That has gotta hurt. So, yeah. This is definitely classic bumblefoot. I know it sounds weird, but it's basically when she gets a little cut or something on the bottom of her foot, and then it gets infected and gets these, causes her feet to like inflame, and you got these telltale like scabs on the foot. I'll show you in a second. So we'll have to take care of that after the kids go to sleep. But for now, I'm gonna take her inside and isolate her for now. So. Well, that'll have to do for now, because we have to put the kids to bed and have dinner and everything, and then we'll take care of her. Well, that was difficult. I mean, I've done medical stuff to people before, but that was basically surgery in our kitchen. I mean, I think it went okay. So that foot is really bad. It had a lot of junk in it. And so I'm probably gonna have to go back at that foot after I do the other foot in probably about a week. So I feel super bad for her, but she did pretty good. She flinched a few times, as I would if I had a scalpel in my foot. So yeah, so we'll put her in her isolation time later after my wife is done holding her, because she feels bad. I think it was more traumatizing for her, but anywho. So in other news, our chicks are actually doing really good in their brooder, and they've come out from under the heat plate, so that's good. And then we also have an egg in our incubator that we thought was gonna hatch and didn't, and was there all day, like kind of half opened, and it's definitely been moving, and I can see the chick inside breathing and squawking and chirping. So I'm hoping tonight that it comes out of its shell. So we'll see. Anywho, here's the chicks, and yeah. So yeah, they're doing good. So we're gonna get all put together for bed tonight, and yeah, we'll check in with you in the morning and see how they're doing. Hey guys, one more thing before we go to bed. We had this one chick who was in like her shell, like halfway open for like all day basically, and I was starting to get worried. I was like, is this normal? Turns out like that can happen, and that's like one of the only times you're supposed to like carefully actually pull them out of their shells. So so that's what I did, and yeah, if you're seeing this, it means it lived, because if it didn't, then yeah, but he seems to be doing all right, just moving around, trying to figure out how to walk. So yeah. Okay, so it's been a couple days. All in all, we had 10 chickens hatch out of the 22, so that's pretty good. I will say, last night I did have to help another one out of its eggs. I don't know what happened, if it was just too like not human enough, I'm not sure, but thankfully she is doing great, and we have 10 chicks in our brooder. Now we do have one chick who has some feet problems, as you can see. So I'm kind of hoping it's just a splayed foot, and that's why he or she is not wanting to put pressure on it. So pretty simple fix. Well, should be. California, super hard to find a plastic straw, but all you do is take a plastic straw, put a rubber band through it, and then you put it around its legs. So I'll do that in a second, but otherwise they're doing great, thankfully. Red, our hen that we did surgery on the other night, is just hanging out still. We cleaned out her wound yesterday, and it's still doing good. We'll do surgery on the other foot here in a day or two. So yeah, otherwise things are going really good. Hey, one side done. Well, it would have worked, but I don't think it was tight enough, so it didn't stay on. And it wasn't helping her at all. So maybe it needs to be smaller, or she just has other issues with her feet. So one of the two. I think I'm just gonna kind of wait and see what happens over the next couple days and see what we can do to help. So till then, it's time to go to sleep for tonight, and yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Well, sad day. While I was gone for the day, my wife told me that one of our chicks didn't make it for whatever reason. I don't know. And knew better to be upset about that, because that happens, unfortunately. You know, they can get sick for any number of reasons, as hard as you try. So try not to get too broken up about it. It just sucks, you know. But yeah, we're still, to catch up on the other chick that's got the foot problem, we're still watching her a little bit. She still has a problem with her foot, and we're just not sure if we can do a whole lot to help her out. Unfortunately, with the little rubber band straw trick, it's just she couldn't walk at all. So I don't know if that would have helped her at all. So we're kind of just picking her up, massaging her feet, you know, every day. We were told that that might help. Otherwise, we're just kind of waiting to see how she does, you know. And maybe she'll, as she grows and uses it more, she'll get better with it. So we'll see. So anywho, that was this week. That was a big week. And we had a lot going on with our chicks and being hatched and red and everything else with the foot surgery. That was traumatic. So we're hoping for a better week next week. We got more guests coming next week on our at our farm. So make sure to tune into that episode coming out and see the next two little guys that join us. So you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, and make sure to remember all the things that you're thankful for. Tell your family thank you, and especially your parents for doing everything that they have for you. So anywho, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.